Hello, welcome back. So when I was a teenager, I just want to tell you, I was not very productive. I was easily distracted, I didn't prioritize, and I did so much procrastinate, I went pro. Anyway, my point is that it took me a while to learn some techniques that really made me more productive. And I learned 3 powerful techniques that made me a lot more productive. Number 1 was rocks in a jar, which we've already taught, but that one really helped a lot. Just putting your priorities first and making sure the things that were really important to me happened first, that was a big part of improving my productivity. The second one is called Pareto's Principle. Pareto's Principle is also known as the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is that 80% of your results are coming from just 20% of your activities, meaning that some of your activities are producing a lot of your results. But also the reverse is true, that 80% of your activities are producing 20% of your results, meaning that many of your activities are not producing a lot of results. And the concept is to focus your time more on the activities that produce more results. Think about it like in a video game. As you know, there are some things in the video game that are worth a few points and some things in a video game that are worth a lot of points. And so as you go through, you prioritize in the video game to make sure you hit those things that score the big points. And you want to get the little points too, but if you miss some of those aren't as big of a deal. That's the same concept of Pareto's Principle. All right, so my daughter actually was going to give the example of this, and she needed to make a to-do list for this week. And so I asked her to do her to-do list and then use it as an example for this concept of how you use Pareto's Principle. So what she did first is she made a list with check boxes so that when she was done, she could check those boxes to say, I'm done. And then once she had the list done, then she labeled each task as one of 3 categories. An A equals urgent and important, meaning that it needs to get done in the next 24 or 48 hours, and it's really important to me. A B is a task that is important but not urgent, meaning it's important to me, but I don't have to get it done in the next day or 2. I could wait a few days. Then a C is something that is not really that important. I'll see if I get to it. I'd like to get to it, but I'll see. It's not that important. It's not that urgent. So she first did ABCs on each of her tasks, and then she went back and she did 1, 2, 3s. And what you do with that is you're going to go and in each category, you're going to figure out which A is the one you want to do first, which A is the one you want to do second, and then so forth all the way to as many A's as you have. And then you start with the B's. Which B do you want to go first? That's your B1, and then B2 and B3. And so basically what you end up with is a list of your priorities and in order of how fast you want to get them done and their importance. The next technique that's really important is how do you stay focused on a prioritized task? And here I think a technique called the Pomodoro technique is very effective. What the Pomodoro technique is Pomodoro is Italian for tomato. And a tomato, if you cut it open, it has 6 chambers. And in the Pomodoro technique, the 6 chambers represent 6 5-minute intervals. And when you do the Pomodoro technique, you work for 25 minutes, 5 of those 6 chambers, and then the 6th chamber, you take a break. Now, the reason this is effective is planned breaks allow you to move distractions until after the 25 minutes of work. So the whole strategy here is to get yourself focused and committed to sit and stay on task for 25 minutes. It's effective because you know the break is coming, and when your mind wants to distract you, you can tell yourself, nope, I'll do that in 25 minutes. So when I say I need a drink of water, instead of getting up and then leaving the work, I say I'll get it in 25 minutes. Or I need to call back my friend, I'll do it in 25 minutes. This enables me to allow those distractions to be put off until the break and stay focused on the task. It's really effective for getting stuff done. After you do a Pomodoro, you take a 5 to 10 minute break, and then you sit back down and do another one if you still have work to do. If you get 3 or 4 Pomodoros in a row, then you want to take a longer break. And then again, if you have more work, you can come back to it. Many of my students have said this has been a powerful technique for their productivity. So Try these techniques, put your big rocks first. Make sure you're focusing on the 20% skills that really, 20% activities that really pay off. And then sit down for a focused period of time and see if you can't make the most of your days. And I'll see you in the next video.